Oh, yes. Face punch.
Serious ass, guys. Get back to boot camp.
Ops 3 Awakening has arrived. With everybody and their mother playing, the replacement business is booming.
Marshawn, do you have any response to my question? PS4 bundle available now.
What's up, guys? I'm not really sure how I'm going to start this video today, but I did want to talk about Tuna and what happened to her, and I feel like I can't move a dog.
All our neighbors have dogs. They're barking all day.
They're always barking.
It's nothing.
And
you know, it's not like, oh, there's an intruder. It happens all the time.
Kaz barks, Tuna barks. And
It's a chain reaction in the neighborhood. One goes, all 20 go.
And if I hear them bark a lot, like I will go out and check on them and be like, shut up, or what are you doing?
And then all of a sudden we heard her yelp, and then all the dogs in the neighborhood started like barking.
Like I call her several times, Tuna, Tuna, Tuna. Like I usually call her once, she comes right away or sees me, and like she didn't come to me, and I started panicking, and I call him down, and we both go outside and look for her, and she's not in the backyard. And then I go to the gate on the side of the backyard, and then she's on the other side of the gate. There is no she could possibly probably get out of the backyard. I don't know how she got out of the backyard.
Like, the worst was going through my mind when I saw that she wasn't in the backyard, because I've read coyote stories. Because, like, a year...
I was really scared. I'm like, what happened? She looked fine, but she was just shaking and really scared. But she was walking, she was wagging her tail a little bit. She just looked really scared. So I picked her up, and she had like saliva all over her neck. After we saw the saliva all over her neck, we went upstairs. I cleaned her off. I like wiped her paws and everything. I saw her paw had some blood on it, and I thought that was what it was. Like her paw, she probably just stepped into something. And then I noticed like the stuff on her neck, it was saliva from another dog. And I just like took soap, I started washing it off with water and stuff. I was like moving her fur because I saw a little bit of blood in the saliva, like probably a drop of blood. I thought it was from her paw.
And then so I took her and picked her up like this, we get a better look, and then we saw that there was a hole in her throat.
There was like a big bite mark, like
here.
It was like all blood inside it, but you couldn't see it because it wasn't all over the...
You know, there was a hole in her throat.
We rushed into the car, I wrapped her up with a blanket, and I just held her the whole time. We went to the nearest vet.
I tried looking on the map for like an emergency animal. I know they're around here, and we didn't even go to the closest one because it didn't show on the map. Like, I didn't have time to look
like
at
only
reviews.
One of them showed on the map. Usually when we go to some place like this, we check reviews.
It was less than 10 minutes away. It was like, I didn't want to spend time, looking up all these places. We were in a panic.
When we were driving there, she was just sitting. She was really scared, but she was like moving around. Like she could move her neck. She even like... So they pretty much made us believe that she had to stay overnight, but I didn't want to leave her.
They convinced us that it was much better, and it's like, I didn't want to bring her home and then she would die at home. And they make it seem like everything should be fine. They're gonna watch her, patch her up.
Then we went in before we left. We went to go see her. She was fine. She was on the table. They had her in like a kennel thing where they did the treatment to her, and they had an IV into her paw. She was just looking at me like her tail was wagging, and she looked fine to me. But that's pretty much the last time I saw her, and that's the last time I saw her like that.
What are you watching? Sniper Wolf. I'm watching him now. What? Who? Oh, Eminem.
Smoked him. They're gone. Drop. Fire break off the field. Battery down. That's a kill. That's a kill. Enemy down. Drop. Infantry down. Enforcer kill. Warfighter, KI. Dropped. Battery down.
Wow.
Enforcer kill.
All my shoes are in the bedroom.
Prophet KIA.
Thank you. I know this dude's still on the freaking RM5. What? Really? Yeah, it is like 2 minutes in the game. And he's still on.
I'm watching him and
Is there something wrong with that dude?
Fire break snuff. EKIA.
Go, Ray. Finally.
Enemy down. Seraph KIA.
better stop running away from me. What you been doing? You're supposed to listen to me when I call you.
Crap my freaking eye. Somebody on a freaking rocket launcher. Oh my god! How? Oh my god. Freaking back on the locust. Can't get past the freaking SVG. Oh my god. I'm literally about to cry finally. Got freaking past SVG.
That
Nope.
sucked. You fathers better step the fuck up.
your dog goes into pulmonary arrest or cardiac arrest, is pretty much when their heart stops beating and they have to revive them. They were like, so if your dog needs to get revived, would you pay like $500, $600, whatever? So we just checked the best one. They told us the best one to check. We were like, okay, that's fine. And that was what really worried me. How could something go that wrong where they have to revive your dog? They assured me, like, even if you just go out to get food for 5 minutes, we'd have to make you sign this. So I was like,
Because they don't have time to call you and say, hey, your dog died. We can do CPR right now. Like, they don't have time for that. It's either no CPR, which is free because they're not doing anything, but they let the dog die. CPR for like $500-$600. So we went with CPR. We waited. It's like 5 in the morning now. This happened like just after midnight. All right, we're about to go to bed. We've been worried. I call. Doctor says everything's fine. Like, she's doing really good. It wasn't even a trachea laceration.
that's the worst case. That's if the actual bite wound goes through the throat and actually damages the trachea. But it wasn't that. It was just cuts.
Doctor said
on
she
the
was
surface.
doing amazing. Everything was really good.
And that she was extremely
She was on
lucky
pain
because it
meds.
could have been so much worse. Because we all figured a coyote came because she was in heat. Apparently, when a dog is in heat, a female dog, all the dogs in the neighborhood, including coyotes, wolves, any other animal, they can smell them from around 3 miles away.
We feel like she was a target.
There are a lot of coyotes
There's a lot
in
of
our
coyotes
area.
in Arizona.
We've seen them a lot.
We've seen them far off on the way other side of the neighborhood. I always took extra care of them, like during times I did see coyotes, but they were far off, and we're much more in the neighborhood. You know, there's much more families with guard dogs and kids and everything.
I never thought they could get into our house and do this and attack Tuna. But what we think is that she thought it was a dog that she could play with. They can jump the fences very
They've been
easily.
known to jump 7, 9-foot, 10-foot fences.
So they can jump
grab
anything.
on and jump over.
I'm thinking she was trying to jump and get it, and then he jumped over, the coyote jumped over. And Cass was inside with me at the time.
Like, she heard something, she runs outside.
And then what
Barks.
we think is the dog picked her up and then flung her over the fence.
Or jumped over with her, but
Yeah.
it somehow got her. She can't slip through the gate. It got her over the
She
fence.
can't get through the gate. There's no way she can get out of the backyard. But she got out of the backyard from the coyote jumping over. Because the wounds inflicted, like the coyotes, for small dogs, they go for the neck. So it doesn't make sense that it would be anything else but a coyote.
There's other stories like this, like it's
Yeah.
happened to others
Yeah.
all over the state.
There's a bunch of stories where the coyote jumps into the backyard and then kills the dog, eats them. But she was able to get away because all the dogs in the neighborhood started barking, and I'm guessing it scared her. So after we call her and check up on her, we were able to go to sleep. They said everything was fine.
Just a little air in and around the lungs, and they just wanted to do like chest x-rays in the morning, and they were going to call me at like 8, 9 in the morning. So we go to sleep at like 5 a.m., and I wake up to a call a little after 9 a.m. I answer, and it's like, it's the worst call. She went into pulmonary arrest. Do permission to perform CPR again. I say yes, of course, like I'm not going to give up on her. So we rush over to check on her, and
She's asleep, and she
it's
has a bunch
not
of things
Tuna.
hooked up to her. It's not Tuna anymore. I try to talk to her. I'm like, Tuna, Tuna. I do my voice that she really likes. And I saw her open her eyes like a little bit, like she tries to see me. I want to think she saw me, like she was just really stiff. And
They had her on so much drugs that
yeah.
like she wasn't there.
And at this point, it's another doctor. I had a really bad feeling about this doctor. The first thing when we go in, she asks me, how much do you want to invest in your pet? Of course, she's talking about money. How much money do you want to put in your pet? And I feel like some people like this
fix it, but they can't do surgery or give her an anesthetic until she stabilizes, because right now they're keeping her alive with drugs and everything. She had a
Machines
tube
are
in her
keeping
mouth,
her alive.
tubes, like wires and tubes all in her.
And what we don't understand is how it got that bad.
It's going to be around $3,000 a day at this point just to have such a chance, like less than 20%, or even less. Like we're reading that it almost never works. It's not just some pet. Like if it means her life, we're going to do it. They have to really keep an eye on her and get her to stabilize. If we don't call you, that's good news. It means she's doing fine. If we call you, it's going to be bad.
So I say bye to her. We go home. We go take a nap because we didn't get any sleep, and then we wake up.
Here.
Come on, little brat.
Logan, I'll text you. I gotta leave. Watching the tell about how their dog died because of coyotes.
I love you.
I
Do
do.
not stay up late.
I'm not.
Come on, brat.
She's all been wanting to lay with me.
Because she knows that I'm mad at her. When I tell you to come inside, you come inside. You gonna keep doing what you wanna do. You come inside. When I call you, the bad girl. The bad girl. A bad, bad, bad girl. I love you, bro.
I too. Sweet dreams. You got the text. Here, do you have your phone? Do you want a message from this or Kick? Do you want a message through the PS app or Kick? Yeah, I'll type it. I'm getting off, Logan. I'll still message you, okay?